Hi there, this is Lou again, aka Jachinoy. Okay, I'm just in the office right now and I just wanted to do this video for a Singapore life update. Okay, so now it's January 2022 already. It's going to be 3 years in the COVID pandemic. What we have right now is by law, we can go back in the office as long as 50% of the capacity of the whole office. Okay, so if you are 100 employees, 50 people maximum, you can come back. But in our office, okay, we pause that one. Check. There. Okay, sorry for the commercial break. So you see, I'm physically in the office and I have two phones. So this phone, I'm filming, and then the second phone, this is all our phone calls from the office routed to my second phone so that I can pick up during office hours or when I'm working from home. Right now, yeah, like what I mentioned before that call, we can come back to the office. However, here in our office, our HR decided that only 20 people maximum can come back to the office, okay? So now I believe we're like 60 plus, somewhere there. So yeah, but even though we can come back to the office, of course, we need to do the usual protocols, always wear face masks, 1 meter social distancing, whatsoever. And because we are an IT company, very few people come, like very, very few, like me only, like that. Then probably a second, third, or fourth employee, like that. Me, I come to the office every 2 weeks, normally on a Monday, because I have a schedule of, the plant maintenance, because we have live plants inside our office, so that it beautifies the office and it creates, oxygen inside the office, right? So I still have those, and then every 2 weeks the gardener will come to do the plant maintenance. And of course, more importantly, even though everything is online, some things I opened the mailbox as well. So while I'm talking to you guys, I'm clearing out the mist. Like for example, the banks. Okay, this one is just a marketing letter. Like for especially here, the banks in Singapore, they need a real life address. So even though you can see the bank statements online, they still send it to you. Okay, so I'm opening for the banks. Then what else? What is happening in Singapore? Okay, then our current situation right now, I believe in a day we have more than 1,000 COVID COVID's, what do you call this, who tested positive in a day. And then we have those art test kits that you can buy it from a supermarket or a pharmacy or whatsoever. So like right now, I did the COVID art test to be, safer for me, because recently my two kids got some symptoms. So I tested myself and my eldest kid and my nanny. So we always do that every 2 weeks as well, especially for me before I come to the office. So we tested negative. At least it's just for our peace of mind, okay? Oh, somebody still sent us physical invoice, which I already told them to send us electronic invoice. Anyways, then what else? For the school, for the kids, my kids is primary and kinder and nursery. I have 3 kids here in Singapore. They have been always going back to the school, okay, ever since. So the start of the school year is January. So all schools can, all kids can go back to school, and then they just follow the usual protocols. And then also here in Singapore, it's already approved that from 5 years old to 12 years old, the kids can get their COVID vaccination. So my eldest, we just had her first dose of Pfizer last Friday, and here they're going to text, SMS the parent every week to convince you to, to do the vaccine. It's not a compulsory here in Singapore, but it's highly, highly recommended. And for us adults, we're okay. We already got our first and second dose of booster, and then first and second dose, and then the third dose is booster. So we're all okay. So yeah, I believe for my kids are okay. It's just that when you apply for the kids, there's a first dose appointment. The second dose comes after 1 month. It's very fast because for adults, our second dose is like after 6 months, like 5 to 6 months. So now probably they check it like, it's really really safe. That's why they decided, okay, it's safe for the kids to have the second dose at what do you call this, on their after a month, you see. So as long as the kids will not go PE, so they are excused. What else there? Then, for example, my kid has badminton classes from her school, so she will be excused for that. And then we can meet our friends. Of course, we can go dine in the restaurants, but allowed only is 5 maximum people in one table, okay? Then in the coffee shops, those small coffee shops or food courts below your HDB, below your house, they only allow two. So for us, for a family of 6, I need 3 tables for that. That's why I'm thinking, why they don't follow the other restaurants that can be by 5, right? Maximum by 5. Then I just realized, I saw in the news that because they need a permit for that, the coffee shop will be allowed to do that, and the permit, it costs money, and they need to hire additional people to really check the Trace Together app if you are on the same household, not in the same household, if you are all vaccinated. The thing here in Singapore, it is your choice to be vaccinated. But if you are not vaccinated because of you have comorbidities, if you are sick or what, you really cannot go out. As in, really cannot go out. They're not going to allow you. Why? Because we have an application here in the mobile phone. It's called Trace Together. They will check. Then we need to turn on our Bluetooth. They need to check if you are fully vaccinated. And then that's the only time you can enter a place. Like really, from wet market, from supermarket, from buildings, for establishments, restaurants, from shopping malls, the tourist spots like the Universal Studios, everywhere, they will ask you for that. So, if you are an unvaxxed person, then I'm sorry, you cannot really go inside. You can just, what you call it, if you want to buy food, you just tap out. Tap out means to take away your food. Yeah, that's the current situation right now. And still the same, like for me, I'm a Filipino. If I go travel back to Philippines, okay, I do the quarantine there. I believe in the Philippines, the usual 7 days hotel plus 7 days home quarantine. But when I come back to Singapore, because Philippines is not in with the VTL agreement with Singapore. You see, VTL means a visitors, what do you call this? Vaccinated travel lane. Philippines and Singapore doesn't have that thing yet. That's why if I go back home, Philippines, when I come back here, I'm going to be quarantined in a hotel for 14 days. Yeah. And that will cost me all my leaves, and I need to pay more than 2,000 Singapore dollars to do that quarantine. Okay? And then I need to have a permit first to be approved before I come back to Singapore. So that's why I haven't seen my family for quite some times. That's why I just buy, one big balikbayan box. If you don't know what a balikbayan box means, it is just a very big empty box, whatever size you wanted. Then I just fill up a lot of goodies like gifts. Like I give shoes, chocolates, clothes, toys to my family, and I even give art test kits, because those art test kits that is legal here in Singapore, in Philippines it's not yet legal, it's not yet approved. That's why That's why it's so hard for them to do swabbing and what you really need to queue, you need to pay, but at least here in Singapore is very accessible. I believe in Philippines it's called a rapid test. Ours is called art test kits. So we have several like from Panbio, Abbott, that one in made in US, and then I believe the most expensive one is the SD biosensor made in Korea. That's the one that the government gives free. Like they really put the test kits inside the mailbox of all households here in Singapore. And then my two kids, they got as well for free. So I believe in total we got more than 20 plus test kits that are free from the government. So at least since last year, for our peace of mind as well, we do the art test every 2 weeks. I know a lot of my friends who are in the engineer, working in the airport. I believe in some malls, they are required to do every day, especially if you have contact with clients, consumers, with your colleagues, stuff like that. So they are required for everyday testing. And for job wise, for me, I work as an admin in an IT company. We are still okay. I don't have any more receptionists. I'm the receptionist. That's why I'm picking up the calls right now. But there's no one in the office. In the office, we need to apply in our like website, our company website, so that we can check if we are within the maximum range of 20 people. And then outside here, it's as per normal. We're already going 3 years, and because I'm coming back to the office every 2 weeks, it's not that busy. Of course, busier than before because last year you cannot go back to the office at all. It's default work from home. But right now, 50% of the office force, you can come back to the office. But it's not that busy. Okay. Ways and what is happening in Singapore. And then, yeah, life goes on here. And then I just check what I do here in the office. I just check if the printers are okay. Of course, mailbox. I check our server room if it's okay. The whole office if it's okay. The lights and whatsoever. And for our cleaners, every day they still come because we pay them a fixed price. You see, even though there's my colleague is here or not here, I told the cleaners to still come because we still pay them as a whole. So I think that's about it. So right now, it's about 2 past 2 p.m. I'm just going to finish some more work. Then I'm going out to have lunch. And then I'm going back home already. So yes, that's about it. That is my Singapore life update for 2022. And by the way, guys, Happy New Year to all of you. CNY is coming. Chinese New Year is coming. So here in Singapore, uh, first and second day, which is January 1 and 2, it's a public holiday. So we are closed. The whole Singapore is closed normally, except for the malls and the supermarket. It depends to them. And then it's half day on January 31st for a lot of companies. Okay. And then what else? And for you guys who have been following me for any Singapore jobs, well, as of the meantime, I don't see anybody who has been approved for an S-Pass because right now the Singapore government is really pushing that you give first the jobs to Singaporeans and PRs because, of course, like everybody else, a lot of people lost their jobs and what. That's why we need to give first the jobs to Singaporeans and locals. The only people that the only foreigners that I see that are being approved are like employment pass holders because some of them I see them in YouTube that they vlog from their travel from their home country to here. But these are niche jobs. These are high paying jobs. That's why they managed to come here in Singapore. And I believe for helpers. If you want to hire a helper or a nanny, wow, now it's really so expensive because you need to pay the quarantine and whatsoever. Recently, I talked to my friend just to get one Filipino maid from the Philippines. Wow, it will cost you in the agent more than 5,000 Sing dollars. Yeah, that's the going rate right now. So yes, that's about it. This is my Singapore life update. Wherever you are, I hope you are safe and keeping well, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and please take the notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I go whenever I put up any videos and whatsoever. And thank you so much, guys. Happy New Year and stay safe.